Well, this is a delight. I'm excited to, one, join with you again, Ted, and everybody else wanting to learn more and diving into a little deeper about the different patches and what they can do for the body. I just actually wanted to share while I was waiting to get on, I was going through some emails for work, and I had three emails this morning of people specifically saying they started using the X39 patch. One of them said within an hour, her pain in her leg that she's had for 6 months was completely gone. So
Oh,
that was amazing. And another gal had said after using the X39 patch, she said after 24 hours, her anxiety, which was like a 9 and a 10, dropped down to about a 2. So I
yeah.
was really grateful to get some feedback. It's so amazing what these beautiful patches, these beautiful devices can do. But I love that it's igniting your body's ability to heal within.
Oh, I like the way you said that. Yes.
And it's not like,
So true.
yeah, flooding chemicals or different things. And I think also, as I was kind of tuning into their situations, they were really hydrated, they were eating really well, and so I think they just had some really fast results. So
Yeah.
that was good. All right, let's go ahead and get started because I don't want to postpone anything and I want to be respectful of everybody's time. Thank you so much for joining us again. I'm excited. I'm going to be turning the time over to Ted, and he's going to dive in a little bit deeper of the different patches. Now, at first, when you're learning about these little devices, we'll say this technology that you can put on the body to ignite your body's own ability to heal, it can be a little overwhelming at times. Be like, well, which one do I use, and how often do I wear it? And that was me at the beginning. And I can't remember if you or somebody else gave me the advice of just start patching, just start placing them on your body.
Mhm.
And that was some great advice because as you start to play with them and start to use them, you'll start to notice things. But I do love the X39 patch that has come out the last year because it does so much for the body. And if you can ignite your stem cells and get your body to produce its own stem cells, it's like wherever that problem is, it's going to improve. So that's why, like, it's very universal. But I will tell you, those other patches are phenomenal. And especially as I've been able to build my own relationship with them, play with them, study them, learn about them, find ways that you can learn them, and find ways to use them. And I also, again, want to reiterate that patching protocol website is amazing because, let's say, again, someone has pain in their back. You can just go to that website and it will tell you different ways to patch and different patches to use. But I do have to share this. So last night, my son actually his cut his finger quite bad, and so it was late last night, bedtime hour, and so my husband, okay, do we go get stitches, not get stitches? And he was an EMT before, so it's kind of been around the block, but we decided not to. We're going to do it. And of course, what did I do? I patched him up right near the site. I put the Carnosine, I put a couple glutathione on him,
Mhm.
X39, but he does wear the X39 every day. But this morning it woke up almost like it had been like 4 or 5 days of healing. It was absolutely miraculous. So I'll have to send pictures or post pictures, but it was great. I loved that I had that little extra tool. Yeah, I put some essential oils on it right when it happened and make sure he had enough fluids. But it's amazing. It's great to have these little gems, these little tools in our back pocket. So I am delighted to share them because I feel like if more people can have these tools in their household,
Yes.
the healthier they can be, or when things like that happen, they have their go-to to help their body heal. But anyways, I can talk forever. I'm going to turn the time over to you, Ted, to dive into the different patches and teach us a little bit more, or teach our viewers a little bit more about the opportunities that are available.
Sure. And again, it's always my pleasure to be invited back, Amber. Thank you so much.
So
And
fun.
and folks, Amber talked about glutathione and the X39 carnosine on her son's hand. It's like, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to know all that? Will I ever be able to figure out? Oh well, she's Amber. Folks, take a deep breath, and basically what I want to try to do is give us some approaches, maybe some common sense ways to look at this, and don't try not to be overwhelmed, and don't do what I did. what I did was I got this box and it had some red and blue and green and yellow and all these ones in it, light blues. And I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to do with all this? And because my friend Rick had told me, oh, you got to get this. So I did what he said. But what I did after that was I took the box because I didn't know what to do with all these patches, and I put them under my bed for 6 months. Okay. And that's just doing such a disservice, knowing what we know now. We just know that the power of this light that can activate, our own healing mechanisms. We need to get these patches onto people, and your family members, your friends. Let's really help to, because this new general wellness strategy that we have that's in our fingertips now is, the results are incredible. As Amber had already said, we have testimonials all over, and I'll get into that some more too. And so, folks, for me, I've seen, I don't know what you want to call miracles or what. I've seen, because people ask, well, can it do this? Can it do that? And does it work for this? And I say, well, basically, I've seen so much over my last 7 years. If I haven't seen it, because I've seen basically from A to Z, but if I haven't seen it, I'm thinking, well, let's just give it a try. Let's see what happens. There's no harm in trying. And usually what ends up happening is people give their testimonial, like your friend did, and just that quickly. She had that pain relief from that quick of a result. Now, does everybody get such a quick result, right? Everybody is different, right? We do not know how much toxic load they may have. We do not, know their age, how many different environments they've been exposed to over life. And so you never know. But maybe some days it would take somebody 30 days of patching, but to get that kind of relief and be on their way for pain relief, even in day 30, is that worth it? Of course. So, it's just, so folks, just stick with me here, and let's kind of walk through some of these products that we have. And of course, we talked about the X39, but I'm going to walk us through right from the beginning, and think of energy. Okay, I don't know if we can see that one or not. So this is our energy enhancer product, the very first one that David came up with to help energize your cells. Okay, we got clinical studies to show all these products and that they do what we're saying here. And but think of energy as not like, oh my goodness, I'm going to get this rush of energy now, and I'm just going to go out there and run the 4-minute mile. It's not that sort of energy. It's really, again, we're energizing our cells, and we're opening. Think of opening. That's what energy does. And so for me, I told my story. What got me so excited was my cholesterol. I was able to lower my cholesterol to the point I got off the medication. Doctor took me off the medication. So that was quite an eye opener for me. And a lot of what I used was energy, because, right, cholesterol is blockage and we want to open things. And so I tried, and that was amazing. So be thinking in terms of that. Of course, if you're tired, another testimonial I had with energy is I had to go down for a long day. I had a health fair down in Los Angeles. It was a hot summer day, and went down early in the morning, worked in the hot summer sun, and then started to drive home, come up over the grapevine, and was kind of getting to that point where it's like, wow, I'm already kind of doing this and biting my lip. It's like, wow, I'm already tired, and it's only to the grapevine. It's like, how am I going to make this? And I thought, well, gosh, Ted, you've been helping everybody else out with their pains and other things for today. Put some energy on and let's see what happens. And I put the energy on, Amber. It was amazing. It felt like I had 8 hours of sleep. I took a little break and just drove home just fine. And I came home and went to bed. And so, folks, keep in mind energy for opening if you want to just open things up. So I will get into that a little bit more here. Okay, silent night, sleep issues. Having problems sleeping? Okay. Now, some people say, well, no problem, Ted. I sleep 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours. But the question is, are we really getting to that quality of sleep? Are we getting into that deep sleep? Are we getting into our where we're having these? I have vivid dreams now. It's just like amazing. So because we get into that delta sleep and REM sleep, that's when our body is repairing, and that's the point of the quality of sleep time that we want. Improve our melatonin, because our melatonin drops off as we get older. This is activating your own body's melatonin, folks, and so wonderful, wonderful there. Okay.
Really quickly, Ted, before you go
Yes,
into the next one,
please.
I just wanted to reiterate what is great is when you get these packets, these envelopes, it actually gives a little pamphlet with it, and it tells you the spots to put it in. So the brain work is out of it. You don't have to worry about anything. They tell you, here are the spots to try. Place it on this spot. Usually there's anywhere from 3 to 5 different spots that you can put it on. And I recommend trying each spot on a different day because well, one, some spots work better for some people than others. You know, I've noticed with the silent night, some people, it's like when they put it on the forehead, it works amazing. When they put on the ankle, not so much. So it's great. You don't have to try to figure out where to put it. They give you the exact spots to put it on, and you can rotate through them or find that exact spot that you like.
Right. Thank you, Amber. So every one of our patch products, when you order one, it comes with the specific instruction manual. If you ordered Silent Night, it'll be a Silent Night manual. If you order Energy, it will be one for Energy. For the kind of jumping ahead here, Glutathione, Carnosine, and Aeon, they put it an all-in-one for the YH. So there's actually 3 of them within this particular packet I grabbed. The next product I want to talk about is SP6. So think of SP6 for balancing out your hormone systems, okay, folks? And by doing that, we've seen then folks aren't as hungry, and then they can, even if they want to lose weight, we've seen great results with this SP6. Even the other way too, I've had a situation where somebody, their body was not able to process the foods like when they were younger, and their diet kind of just, their menu just kind of reduced. And so they actually started using SP6, and they found that their body could could process more and more of the menus that they were eating when they were younger, and they actually gained weight. So they were happy about that too. So this is balancing out your hormones for the SP6. And then this is the go-to one for pain, folks, Icewave. Any kinds of pains, Icewave, and I'm going to talk about that some more. But if you could just think Icewave and pain, you're there. You're on your way to this common sense patching. Now, again, I'm just going to give a quick introductory to all our products. So that was kind of like the phase 1 that David talks about in as he looks at this whole family of products. The next phase he went into was these products here. He called it phase 2, and it's more the YH, like anti-aging, and he talks about YH, like why should you be aging? I love the way he said that, and that was for these next 3 products here. And the first one I just happened to grab here is Glutathione. Now, folks, Glutathione, if you haven't heard of Glutathione, feel free, do a Google search on it, type in Glutathione benefits, and they are abundant. From anywhere from detoxifying your body, master antioxidant, getting rid of the heavy metals, to support your immune system. Dr. Hyman, he does a great videos and discussions on glutathione and the benefits thereof. And what we are so proud of, folks, is we can improve our glutathione levels by 300% in just a 24-hour period. And that we have clinicals that show that. So glutathione, you'll hear many things about that. Able to help to improve, to help your cells from the radiation and infections, and to support your immune system. That's our go-to one we have for glutathione. The next one I grabbed is Carnosine, a very similar amino acid in our body. Very beneficial. It lowers as we get older, and so we found a way to be able to improve our carnosine levels to the point. Now, what is carnosine so great for? It's for repair, folks. Think repair and think carnosine. Amber, she knew. her son got the cut, but you heard she put carnosine on there too for cellular repair, for cuts. It's great. Burns, it's great. And so the athletes love it. I love it. I've run twice this week, Monday and Wednesday, 3 miles with my daughter at my age, not at her pace, but I was much slower, but at least I made it. And folks, at my age, here I am on Thursday and I'm not sore. It's just amazing. Now, what's going on here? Carnosine will lower your lactic acid buildup. And these athletes, they lift weights, what have you, they tear their muscles, their lactic acid will build up, then they're very sore the next day. And carnosine helps to lower that lactic acid level. So that's why these sport athletes, not only are they improving their performance, say with energy, they were stronger, but for repairing and to repair their tissue, repair their muscles. That's what carnosine's all about. And then our number...
I love wearing the carnosine at night, just to help repair my body. That's one of, I wear a couple at night, but that's one that I absolutely love to just make sure my body repairs or cleans up anything. Or yes, if I'm going to go for long runs. But I also actually love to wear it when I travel. I feel like it protects me from just my body breaking down, especially if you're on a plane, the radiation on the plane, or just in the travel, going different areas. So anyways, I love using it when I sleep at night.
Yes, absolutely. That's a great time. And again, we got it right here on our little chart. We got some suggested acupuncture point locations. And again, they're just suggestions. It's not absolute. We're kind of, and do we have to get it on the exact spot? I'm not sure where that photo is saying, if you're off by a little bit, it's good. Kind of, this is a very forgiving product. Close enough is kind of good enough. And the main thing we mentioned earlier is use the products. Just get them and use them and get them onto people. Okay, Aeon is the next one. So when you hear Aeon, think of for stress relief, for reducing inflammation. And this was our number one seller until the X39, the stem cell one, came out. So this one can balance out your autonomic nervous system just within 15 minutes. So we got it. Science shows it balances it out, stress reliever, and we know stress can lead to being a killer. So this one, a lot of stress out there, folks. So this is a great go-to one for that. And it also helps in our pain relief. All right. And then the next couple I'm talking about is that he followed up with was Nirvana. And Nirvana is really good for supporting and healthy endorphin production. And that will help for, say, mood enhancement to reduce your bring down that level of anxiety, that stress level that you have. We've seen great results with the Nirvana. And the next one we have is the Alavida for skin firmness, the skin radiance, the skin hydration. We have the clinicals that show just wearing this, we see improvements in that at a significant level very quickly. And so, what's the largest organ in our body? It's our skin. So, and yes, folks, the guys, we do care about our skin. Sometimes we usually think it's just the women, but believe me, the guys too, they love it, and everybody wants to look great, and so the skin is so important, largest organ. Let's take care of it. All right, and then yes,
so really quickly with the Alavida, when I was reading in the clinical studies, this was a couple of years ago when I was researching into the Alavida. It actually helps grow telomeres in the brain. And when they noticed when people were using the Alavida, it was growing telomeres in the brain. And so it was really helping people with memory, helping people with cognitive development, helping people with more clarity. And so I thought that was absolutely amazing. For any of you who don't know what telomeres are, definitely just Google and look them up. I could talk for about 4 hours on just telomeres, but it's absolutely amazing what it can do for the brain. So I was impressed by the research done on that.
So I wear this one every night right here for a lot of those kinds of benefits that hopefully I'm getting that Amber had mentioned there. And, the reason why it's not really in our manual or anything, but I heard David did that. So I figured if David's doing it, I'm gonna hitch my wagon to that star and do what David does. So I wear the Alavida on my third eye in this area every night. So yes, thank you for adding to that, Amber. Appreciate it. And then the X39. This is the third phase that David is getting into, the regeneration phase. And so, folks, the X39 is like the first chapter in his book of phase 3 of regeneration. So we're very excited. We've seen incredible results around the world with this one because we found a way to activate a GHKCU, which is a copper peptide. That's the molecule. It's a copper peptide. And David is so expert at activating peptides within our body. And he took him 10 years. He says, I keep working on, and he found a way to be able to activate a copper peptide. And that copper peptide is so important because it's that copper peptide that then can activate our own body stem cell production. And so this is just earth-shattering. It's just nobody else in the no other product exists in the world to activate our own body stem cells. The current thinking, of course, is we got to take the cells from somewhere else and inject it into our body. And but this genius found a way to activate our own body stem cells. So that's a quick introduction on some of the products. We talked so much about X39, but I wanted to give an introduction of the other ones. The other ones all have a purpose, a function. If we were to pick just one, let's just say our resources, whatever, are limited, yes, I certainly would say start out with the X39, folks. But if you can, there are specific functions that may fit your specific needs, and that's why I wanted to go over these other products with you. So now let's get into the common sense sort of patching, for instance. And let's just you may run across somebody, they may have maybe they have menstrual cramp, right? What does menstrual cramp mean? What is going on there? When you think of that, what is that really? It's a lot of pain. There's a lot of pain, a lot of discomfort there. And so when we think of pain, think of then Icewave. So kind of think through the symptoms of what you may run across and then apply the Icewave, or maybe the Aeon too. And I'm going to show you the best way for demonstrating for pain reduction. And when I go to my PowerPoint charts here in just a couple of minutes. But like for COPD, if you hear that, right? So what's that? It's it's breathing. People are having issues and trying to breathe better, right? And so well, maybe open passageways up, opening things up. Well, that would be a good one then for opening our energy. So somebody has some issues breathing, try some energy on them. For me, my cholesterol, high blood pressure, try the energy, because that's right. It's blockage, it's clogged. We want to move things. We want things opening. So think of energy in that regard. Now, it's allergy season time, and I have mild cases when I mow my grass. And so I'll get congestion, sinus area. And so the other night I said, I'm going to time myself to just see how quickly it works. And so I did. I put that energy here and along my sinus area, and it was in 58 minutes, nasal congestion all gone. So I just wanted the time, because it's just like, I know it's going to work, but let's just see when it finally, you could feel it get better, but when it finally was all gone, then that's when I came up with the 58 minutes. Now, what I want to emphasize with both the energy and the Icewave is that both of these products come with a positive and a negative patch. And what I mean by that, it comes with a white, which is a positive patch, and a tan, which is a negative patch. And so when you receive your energy or Icewave, every one of our products come with 30 patches. And some people will look and they'll have like the 15 tan patches, and they'll contact me and say, Ted, Lifewave, they only sent me 15. It should be 30. But what I want to notice, folks, there's a little inner sleeve for the energy And you can look in the other sleeve and you'll see the other 15 white patches in that sleeve. So don't panic if you only see 15. Icewave and Energy come with 2 of the tan and the white in them. Okay, so I'm going to bring that up too. All right, so try that, folks. For allergies, it's wonderful. We have one of our nurses that comes and helps with our trainings, and she's like 40-year nurse, and she's had allergies in her entire life, is to the point where it was really embarrassing. She said she'd go see the patient, blow her nose, and go in, talk to the patient, and come back out and already be blowing her nose again. And just, of course, she tried everything and nothing would work. But guess what? Finally, when she utilized our technology, and wow, helped her out with her own allergies. So yeah, just give it a try. Now, let's think for a second for cold. Your child's got a cold or sore throat. What might you do? So, oh my God, I call Amber. No, don't. Just let's try to let's think this through. And my son had always had sore throat issues, and it would always develop into a much worse, a severe sore throat, and it takes seemingly forever to get rid of that. But he knows. And my kids are kind of like they're getting the patches, but it's taken a while. But he goes, Dad, he goes, that glutathione on my throat area here. He goes, absolutely, and it just wakes up in the morning, no sore throat. And so just try to place this. Some people will even go with the entire YH, where they will go with a glutathione and a carnosine and an Aeon, like in a triangular formation around your throat area. So you feel that kind of scratchiness kind of coming on. Let's knock it out, so it doesn't develop into a severe type of cough, cold, that sort of thing. Now I get this a lot. Ted, I heard about this. Now, remember, we don't diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent. And but I hear things, and people will come and ask me things. Well, what about cancer, Ted? What about cancer? And what I tell people is, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry to hear about your loved one with cancer. But let's again think symptoms. Let's just think, oh my gosh, do they have pain? And lo and behold, they do have pain, right? So Icewave, Aeon maybe. Are they lethargic? They're tired? Yeah, lo and behold, they probably, certain, situations. So yeah, let's see if we can, maybe more energy, maybe some silent night patches to help them get into a better, deeper sleep, to repair that way. So maybe think more like in terms of symptoms rather than like trying to jump to like, oh, this could happen, for the cancer. I mean, do your own research. Suzanne Summers, she told her story with breast cancer and how she was able to, with various nutrition and other things, and even, yes, the phototherapy devices, she was able to overcome that, and she took care of herself naturally. And so, but certainly think also in terms of the symptoms. Okay, so I just throw that out there as for consideration. Okay, so I hope that helps in trying to dispel. Oh my gosh, I don't know what purple and blue are. If you like what you hear so far, maybe give a thumbs up, give me a little feedback that we're on the right track. I would appreciate. And so, Amber, if you would be so kind to share your screen with me, then I'll talk about, and please keep a time control on me too, because I love to talk. I'm so passionate about.
Really quickly, I'm turning it over to you, or I should have. It just left. Yeah.
Okay.
You should have got an invite for it.
Yes.
I wanted to also do another quick little tip on logistics. Something that helped me in the beginning was as far as like the patches. The energy and the Icewave, they have two, like you mentioned. They have a positive and negative, and one is white and one is tan. A real basic underlying understanding would be white is right and the tan goes on the left side. Okay, white is right. And as you'll see, as you get the patches, and they'll come with a little pamphlet and tell you where to put it. The ones that are white, they go on the right side of the body. You'll see it. The X39, there's 2 points to put it, and it's like right in the middle. The only one that doesn't apply to that rule is the SP6, and that actually goes on the left side of the body, and it is white, but everything else will go on the right side of the body. So when you're trying to patch for pain in the very beginning, or getting more energy, white goes on the right side, tan goes on the left side. So the lung points on the feet, on the knees, I have them on the hands, on the arms. That's easy. Now there are advanced protocols where you can bypass that rule for sure. And there's many different ways to use them. But when you're just starting, like Ted says, you can't really mess up. Just remember white right, the tan goes on the left. That always helps me, especially when I'm not around and my kids are trying to use them. I'm like, just remember white right, it goes on the right side of the body. So that's also very helpful when you're just starting to play with them.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for adding, Amber. And let me, I love this one. We have like a new way of thinking here, our new, another general wellness strategy that we have here, and how we can change things with it. And can one person change a lot of things, folks? I'm a high school basketball coach, and I'm just so amazed with this. He's our local star hero here, Steph Curry, and he, just the way he plays, he has changed the sport of basketball at the high school, college, and professional level on how offenses are strategized and how defenses are strategized now. One person, I find that amazing, has done that around the world. And so, folks, we have also one person that is really changing the way we look at our health here. And he continues working in the lab here. He's got, I believe it's up over 98 clinical studies now. He just keeps popping them out, and it's all patents, so many patents that support this. So many independent research has gone on to show that this technology works. And he said this the other day, so I threw that quote in there. He says, the copper peptide is like finding the holy grail. So it's really amazing with our stem cells. I mean, we have, imagine, folks, we have almost 400 million stem cells as we're a teenager, but by the time we're 50, we have maybe less than 100 million stem cells. And by the time we're like in up to 80, maybe even less than 20 million stem cells. And those stem cells are so important. They're such incredible building blocks for our body. So yes, he's found the holy grail. All right, so some tips, folks, that I found over the year when I first started talking to people about it. I found that when I would say patches, I would see a turnoff, and I never could understand it. This would be even my good friend. I would say patches, and they would go, "Oh yeah, right," because when they think patches, they think they know what that is, but they don't. They've never seen or heard, or they have no idea what the phototherapy is or anything. And so by saying patches, they're like, yeah, well, what kind of chemicals in it? And, they want to get into all these other questions. And I find myself rewinding to the point where I kind of lose them right even in the first minute. So I find what seems to be for me, and this is a tip that I'm passing on, is to just say, don't say patches, but rather just say, I'm working with an advanced health technology. I work with phototherapy. I work with phototherapy devices. And even in our patents and things, we talk about photobiomodulation if you really want to impress them. Because I know they won't go, oh yeah, I know what photobiomodulation is. I guarantee you they won't. And that's what we want. We want to engage them and get them asking questions. Well, what is this? What do you mean phototherapy? I never heard of such a thing. You mean that is able to do, where's the electricity? Where's the battery? Where's the light? And so now we're into this discussion. So just for me, now that doesn't mean we here who know about it, I'll talk about the Icewave patch or something, and that's fine because we know we're amongst ourselves here. But for a brand new person, talking to Uncle George, and who knows everything, if he hears patch, oh yeah, I've tried 4 or 5 different other patches, no, I don't need another patch, right? And why that is so incredible, because our phototherapy devices, people will always want to ask, I won't say they always, but sometimes they'll ask what's in it. And I'll tell them, It contains a proprietary blend, patented blend of plant-based amino acids, oxygen, water, and natural organic compounds. And and none of those materials, they're sealed in that patch, folks, and it's sealed in there, and none of that leaks out or enters onto the body. They just form these crystals, and these crystals are able to now reflect that light back into you. But the main takeaway is none of the materials enter your body. Okay. And then, can anyone use the phototherapy devices? So I always want to remember, we do not diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases. And then if they have a serious health condition, by all means, contact your healthcare professional. We do not recommend for individuals that are pregnant. That's what our company has said in the instructions. Okay, so I pass that on. Basically, because our clinical studies they've never been with pregnant ladies. It's just so that's why we can't really say anything more than that. All right, this one here, folks, especially as we enter the summer months here, do not leave these patches in your car, because if they do get above 130 degrees, which in summertime in the car with the window and that reflecting into your car, it can activate these patches that you may have left in on the hood of your car, or not the hood, but on the dash, say. And once they activate, folks, and they activate there for a while, that's it. And we've actually had that to one of my members. They actually left it for like 2 days in the car. It was a real hot summertime, and the patches didn't work anymore. So what do we do? Where do we store them? Just keep them at room temperature in your house. That's fine. Do not need to refrigerate. Don't do that. And then I would also recommend, don't store them next to like the dresser, right next to your pillow or something. Remember, these activate when they get within 6 inches of your body. So, in a drawer somewhere, or somewhere quiet, cool is probably the best. Okay, Amber, you had asked, could I go over a little bit on the detox protocol? And tell me how am I doing on time and that sort of thing.
We're probably almost in for time, so maybe just one kind of overhaul of what this is.
So, folks, we mentioned like the one person maybe that has a big detox load there. So what we would recommend for that person is to follow a detox protocol, either 10 days or 20 days, where you follow day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and follow these various patches along those various days. And what we see is great results in trying to just overall remove those toxins out of the body, improve their glutathione level, improve their carnosine level, detox their 10 major organs. That's what's going on here with the energy. As you can see, LV3 and GB4, that'll be liver, and the gallbladder meridians. We're trying to detox those particular specific organs while we're getting them a good night's sleep, and the carnosine, building up their carnosine. So that is like my really accelerated version, and we can follow up with you for those who want to do this some more.
Ted,
yes.
Really quickly, I just want to mention this is absolutely fabulous for bringing down someone's toxic overload. So usually when people have pain, yes, it's an injury, but sometimes they have pain like all over the body, like fibromyalgia, or they've been diagnosed with MS, or they've got lupus or Lyme's or whatever. Their body is very toxic on many levels, whether from inflammation, whether from chemicals, whether from pathogen overload. And this is a beautiful regimen outline, step-by-step protocol, which is great to just help open up all meridians in the body. As you notice, these spots have little labels like GB14 or GB6. These are acupressure points. And when you place them on there, you're getting the whole body to just open up. And this is helpful. I mean, again, we could talk for hours on this, but I've seen this amazing of opening up the circulation, opening up the lymph, and just opening up people's energy levels, which is fabulous. So this can work for anybody all across the board. But this is a fabulous protocol to help somebody where they've just got a lot going on. This is a great protocol to have them do. Or If you yourself just want to push reset on your body and just make sure everything's functioning at their optimum, all systems, this is great. I do this usually probably twice a year, but I go through it 3 times. Like there's 5 days here. So then right after day 5, I go right into day 1 again. And I repeat this 2 or 3 times, do it twice a year. Just make sure all my systems are a go. Make sure the energy lines are open. And of course, make sure you stay hydrated. Now, I do want to address a question that was great that was asked. Now, what about if someone is drinking just regular tap water? Is that an issue? Yes, it can be an issue, because if their tap water is very toxic and they're trying to get a lot of water in, but it's got a lot of pharmaceutical drugs, because we all know that there's residue of pharmaceutical drugs in tap water, that there is maybe lead or mercury or a lot of fluoride in there, that can be burdening the system. So you do want to be mindful of drinking healthy, whole, clean water. That's very helpful with good energy, because that is going to clear the pathways. And that's also going to be a good conductor for these technology patches to be used. So make sure you do that. And I also wanted to address another question that was asked about the glutathione patch, which the glutathione patch is absolutely amazing. I was asked if the liver is stressed and needing support. So for example, a fatty liver or someone who's got high liver enzymes, could it be hard on the liver to use the glutathione patch? Because they're saying, because of trying to stimulate the liver to produce more glutathione, but it needs to heal first. Glutathione helps your liver heal. You need glutathione to help the liver and also help all other organs. And a lot of times if the liver is down and out for whatever reason, whatever's going on in there, it's not going to be producing glutathione. So helping assist your body produce glutathione and bringing in glutathione is extremely helpful for healing and transforming the liver. So if someone's got liver problems, absolutely, I would recommend doing the glutathione, but also the Aeon patch, just to raise their life energy, because a sluggish liver is someone who's very tired, very just, low energy. But I wanted to make sure that got addressed. So, and there is, perfect. There was one last question that I thought was a great one. We had mentioned for menopause, you can use these for menopause, and someone wanted us to go over that really quickly. There's many different patching protocols for menopause. I definitely would recommend doing glutathione on conception vessel 24, which is 3 fingers with below the belly button. Put the glutathione there, wear an SP6, and then also place an Aeon on the back of the back, on your back, the top of the back, the base of the spine, which is actually C7. Placing it there, that helps. But also with menopause, there's many other different symptoms. People have hot flashes, people have pain, people have irritability, where they're like, I can't handle this, or their hair is thinning, or they feel like their skin gets drier. So depending on what the symptom is, it will depend on exactly what type of what type of patches you use, or the patching protocol that you use. So, but as an overall general one to use, I would recommend those 3 things: SP6, glutathione, and also the Aeon patch will be super helpful. A lot of times when someone's going through hormones, you've got to look at the liver, because if the liver isn't able to produce certain hormones or recycle certain hormones when you're going through that change, that's when we usually trigger symptoms in the body. So, and then that's why also the glutathione is amazing, because it helps support the liver, but then we also have to address these other things. So again, and if you want, like if you have specific symptoms, you're not a distributor, you don't have access to the patching protocol, just shoot us an email. We'll go ahead and grab the patching protocols for you and email them to you so you have them. My whole goal in sharing Lifewave is to give people more tools and resources to help them better their life. We don't want to be in pain. We don't want to be in agony. We don't want to be dealing with all these symptoms. And if there is any tools and resources that we can share with you to help better the quality of your life and get rid of some aggressors that you're dealing with, that's a win for me. That's what I love. So like I said, I've been doing this for 5 years, but so many people are asking questions about it. This is why I wanted to put these Zoom calls together for those people that were interested, to share the technology with them so that you can empower yourself with more tools in your medicine cabinet or in your drawer to pull out to use when you need it. So that is why I wanted to share with you guys. So If you have, again, any other specific questions, reach out to us. But I'm going to go ahead and close. Thank you, Ted, for joining us. Thank you for sharing. He's a wealth of knowledge, and also his expertise and also his background really helps him with understanding Lifewave. So thank you. Again, we're going to go ahead and set this recording. Thank you, everyone, for gathering today and being in the space to share. Love you all. And please reach out. Do not hesitate to reach out. The more we can help assist and serve you, we are here for you.
Yes.
Blessings to everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Ted.